It is a real blow for Newcastle losing Callum Wilson, who has been scoring all the goals for them this season. More on that in a moment. But let's start off with Chelsea, with the home side in this one then. Unbeaten since coming to London. Yeah. It's gone very well for him since his arrival, Thomas Tuchel. What's he done that's made the biggest impact so far? I
think we've seen more flexibility tactically to what we saw with Frank Lampard, certainly in the team selection, but also in the formation. He's tried different things. We said in the FA Cup game on Thursday night that he changed at half-time. He was not happy with the back five. He went to a back four. I think there's a lot of intensity in that game. You saw that for an hour against Spurs. The last half hour was maybe not as strong in terms of the intensity and the momentum, but certainly for an hour they were really good. There's a lot of movement there. There was far too much movement that night for Spurs. And you see what he wants to do. The problem, as he was telling me when I saw him after the Spurs game, he said, we've got no time to work. We can't do anything. We're preparing for a game, and then we play the game. Then we have to warm down after that game, then prepare for the next one 3 days later, and etc., etc. So
welcome to England.
Exactly. And I mean, it's everywhere the same in this crazy season. So I think with more time, he would be able to work on more things that he wants to do, half spaces, for example, the movement of the two number 10s behind the striker, whether that's Mount and Ziyech or Havertz and Mount, for example, or even Werner in that position. So you will see different things from what we saw with Lampard, but certainly he's very happy so far of his time at Chelsea.
I think you talk about sort of the tactical flexibility. I think that's what Tuchel's known for, you know, this tactical chameleon. You don't really know what he's going to do, and that's going to help players, I think, like Werner, who, you know, you see players sort of really kick on when a new manager comes in, and I think Werner's going to benefit from that. I don't think Werner's a number 9. I don't think he's that comfortable. I think in Germany he played in those half spaces as a sort of inverted winger. You know, he's not scored in 14 games, so he needs something, but he's assisting. And I know as a striker, there's always a consolation. If you're not scoring, assist. Give you something for confidence. I think Werner's going to be a big player for Chelsea. I do think he let himself off the hook the other day. He should have taken the penalty against Sheffield United. I think that's almost a guaranteed goal in a way. It's 50-50.
Gets you off the mark at least.
He sort of didn't take the penalty, and so that
Spurs
says to me,
that
says to me, it's a mindset thing. He's not confident.
Jorginho has always been their penalty taker, though. So do you think
a couple, hasn't he, though?
He's missed 2, yeah.
I just think as a striker, if you win the penalty, you've not scored in 14 games, it's my ball. I'm getting that goal, because once you get that goal, then your run comes back. I just think he's let himself off the hook a little bit. He's going to be a big player under Tuchel, I think.
You know, a lot was made of Mason Mount not being in his first team, you know, but now you look at Billy Gilmore playing in the Cup, Mason Mount, who's starting games and has been brilliant.
Yeah, and let's be clear here. Thomas Tuchel loves young players. Everywhere he's gone, he's always played them. He likes them because they do everything he says, compared to a 30-year-old something. Or imagine having Robbie Savage in his team who would not listen to. At least the young players, he knows they will listen, they will do everything he says, and even more than that, because they would play with that intensity. They would want to convince him, please him. So I've never had any worries for Mount, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, Billy Gilmore now, who he really impressed him at training. So for Chelsea fans, don't worry. This is what he does. He did it in Paris. He did it in Dortmund with even Christian Pulisic. So he loves working with young players. It's not a problem. If they deserve to play, they will play.
Go on, Robbie.
I was just going to say, the results we're seeing on that screen, the games you would think Chelsea should win. Spurs away was a difficult game, but they won it. Talking about the top 4 earlier, Chelsea have got momentum. Yeah. You know, they've got a fantastic squad. Tuchel can get them in the top 4 comfortably, because we think Liverpool might miss out, but Chelsea look like they're going to go on that run now.
Yes, you're right. I think they've got that momentum, that confidence going forward. He has really no pressure because he arrived in February. So even if they finish 5th, he will say, we did what we can. We could not work because we played every 3 days. We had the Champions League with Atletico Madrid, which is a tough draw. But certainly he will believe that they can finish top 4 100%.
I think if they don't finish top 4, I mean, as a Chelsea fan, I'll be disappointed. What's the point?
But you can't blame him for it either.
No, but what I'm saying is that, well, Lampard, the argument is that Lampard could have got them into top 4. If you don't get into top 4, what is the point in changing the manager? What's the objective? He's got to get them into the top 4.
But
that was the whole point of changing the manager. And you know, look, I'm a little bit sensitive because I think it was a little bit harsh to sack Lampard in the first place. But give us an objective, give us something.
Yeah, which I think it is the objective. It's just I don't think it's easy to arrive in February and already with the team going to resort, especially a team that he certainly feels there was a lot of work to be done with.
So if he doesn't finish top 4, has he failed?
I don't think so.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not for 3 months. You can't fail. Lampard would have had from August to February, and Tuchel from February to May.
I don't think you can justify changing a manager halfway through the season if you can't see a complete difference in what the previous manager would have done.
Get the popcorn, Jules, get the popcorn.
We see the difference already. You can't tell me that this team is not better than the one under Lampard.
No, of course, but it's not nothing sort of strange. When a new manager comes in, when Mourinho came in, he changed Spurs. Ali was playing well. Yeah, that's normal almost. But where you finish, there has to be a definite change between where you finish and the previous manager. Lampard could have said he could have finished top 4.
Yeah, but he was dropping way behind.
Yeah.
When Mourinho replaced Pochettino, they were not playing well. They didn't finish in top 4 either, as Spurs. He didn't do a much better job than maybe Pochettino would have done had he stayed. We will never know.
Yeah.
But I still think we see already the improvement. And I agree with you. I think Chelsea should qualify top 4, should play in the Champions League every year, no doubt. I just think that it would be a bit harsh on Tuchel, who arrived in February.
There's enough time, no, Jules, to get in the top 4.
True, but if the other teams above you don't lose, you can win all your games. If the 4 teams above you win all their games, you can't finish top 4 either.
It's in Chelsea's hands because they still got to play Liverpool.
Yeah, and they still have United to play.
So it's in Chelsea's hands to finish the top 4.
It is if they win those big games.
I think Chelsea fans will be disappointed to not have anything to show for a change of a manager like Lampard. You've got to be able to say to me, well, because we sat Lampard, we finished top 4. Otherwise, I don't see what the point is.
Even if the team is improving. Because again, you can win all your games and the others can win as well, and you might miss out.
Yeah, look, we're looking at the end goal of a good run. We're saying end of the season, let's see what this good run is going to get you. Otherwise, it's just a good run in the middle of the season. I'm just saying I want to see Chelsea get into the top 4, and then you say Tuchel's done the job. But if they don't, then it's like, well, Lampard could have sat there and said I could have got 5th.
Yeah, no, that's...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great viewing. Great viewing.
Really enjoyed that debate, guys.
What can we talk about, Jules?
Let's talk about Newcastle, Chelsea's opponents then this weekend, because we just heard from Steve Bruce there, losing Callum Wilson. It's a real blow to them, and they just got a couple of decent results, hadn't they, and pulled away from the relegation zone. But how worrying is this for them now without their main man up top? Yeah,
it's a blow. I think they still have, I think, 8 points over Fulham or something like this. I don't think they're in trouble, really. I think Graham Jones, coming from Bournemouth as an assistant to Steve Bruce, has made a big difference. He's someone with really good ideas, bright ideas, and I think that has helped them a lot. And we certainly saw a different style of playing from Newcastle, where they were a bit more attacking, more expensive, more adventurous.
Bruce said, I'm going to do it my way, didn't he, a couple of weeks ago?
Exactly, and I think they deserve credit for that. But without Wilson, I'm not sure if Joel Linton or Andy Carroll can do what Wilson did, to be fair.
All right, quick prediction then on this one.
I think Chelsea are gonna have too much, and they've got the momentum that we spoke about.
Yeah, I go Chelsea as well. Yeah.